Welcome into another edition of Tech Talks presented by EGP Document Solutions. I'm Andy Demetra, thrilled to be joined today by your senior forward for Georgia Tech women's basketball. She is Kayla Blackshear. Kayla, great to visit with you again. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Doing well. Senior Kayla
Yeah.
Blackshear, your final year. What goes through your head when you hear that now?
It's so it's such a surreal feeling because when you're a freshman you never really think that far ahead, and then now being a senior, I it's nothing to do but look back and just admire all the time that I've been here and just feel nothing but joy and anxiousness for the season.
Absolutely, and you will give Georgia Tech fans their first glimpse of your squad this Saturday with the open practice at McCamish Pavilion. As a senior, you always want to be that fully realized final form of yourself as a basketball player. What were some of the areas where you focused on in the offseason to improve your game, Kayla?
Definitely being able to score consistently over bigger defenders, and then also stretching my game out to the 3 point line because that was something that a lot of people didn't play me for last year. And so I made sure that this offseason I was adding that piece to my game to make it more complete offensively. And then defensively, just staying aggressive and trying to do the little things that put my team ahead.
Everybody plays a complementary role on the court, and sometimes the effectiveness of a forward like yourself is only as good as how effective your guards are. Playing once again with Kara Dunn and Tony Morgan,
Yeah.
as good a guard tandem as there may be in the ACC, how do they sort of make your job easier?
They make it much easier because Tony's always going to be able to draw 2 and 3 defenders when she's able to drive in. And Kara is so dynamic with how she finishes and just her ability to be a 3 level scorer. So it really makes my job easier in the sense of they demand their attention, and it allows me to go 1-on-1, or just allows me to have open shots just because of all the attention that they demand.
There are basketball families, and then there's the Blackshears. So let me get this straight, Kayla. Obviously, you're at Georgia Tech. You have two brothers who play college basketball. Your mom played college basketball. Your dad played college basketball. So I do have to ask, of all of you guys, who is the best rebounder in the family?
I would have to say me.
But now your mom, now she holds some rebounding records at Stetson, does she not? So clearly she taught you well, right?
Yes, she definitely did. Okay. If we're being honest, I guess I can give it to her just because there has to be a first act to have a second. So I guess I'll come second to that because she's always been on me to rebound, and she wasn't big herself, like as far as height, and so it was always like do the little things, get extra hands on balls, make sure that you're flying around, being aggressive on offensive rebounds, and just doing the things that people don't want you to do and that they think you can't do because you're shorter or that you're not as physically strong as some people. So
Well,
that's just
clearly,
all.
for anybody who has watched you at McCambus Pavilion these last several years, your mom has taught you well. We talked about what it was like for you as a freshman now going into your senior year. So I have to ask you about this very talented freshman class that Nell Fortner has brought in. As a senior, you have a keen sense of how skilled and developed they are. What has you excited about the way they can contribute to the team this year?
How dynamically they can all score and spread the floor. Last year we've always shot the ball like very well, but this group is exceptionally great at the 3 point line. They're all able to score at 3 levels, and they have this innate ability to learn. They always want to learn. They're very respectable. They look up to us, and even as a upperclassman, I have things that I look in their games and how complete theirs is that makes me want to be better also. So they have that ability to push in both directions, and they're very easy to work with, and they're very funny. That's a funny group. I love like coming into the locker room and laughing with them every day.
That's great. They keep things light, but I'm sure they're all business on the court, just like yourself. And a reminder, if you can't make the free open practice for Georgia Tech women's basketball this Saturday, you can catch them in their exhibition next Thursday at McCamish when they take on Anderson. Kayla, can't wait to see all the highlights you'll supply Georgia Tech fans in your senior season. Thanks so much for joining us here on Tech Talks presented by EGP Document Solutions.